Welcome to the deep dive. We know there's just so much information out there, right? So our goal here is simple. Cut through that noise, give you the core insights, the stuff that really matters so you feel informed fast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something that, well, sometimes gets dismissed as just positive thinking, but our source material, Believe, the power that changes everything, frames it very differently. It talks about belief as, well, maybe an underrated superpower.
That's a great way to put it. It's positioned as the fundamental architecture,
Yeah.
the thing that lets us even see possibilities.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. The source says belief is the bedrock. What exactly is belief in this context, and why does it matter so much?
Right. So what Believe really emphasizes is that belief isn't just optimism or wishful thinking. It's presented as the absolute non-negotiable first step for taking action. It's literally the root of every achievement.
Every single one. That's a strong claim.
It is. Think about it, though. Any major change, any big dream, any success story you can point to, the source argues it all started with someone, somewhere, really believing that it was possible. It's like when you genuinely believe in yourself, it changes how you see things. It flips a switch.
A switch. How so?
It opens the door for action. Your brain actually starts noticing opportunities, pathways that someone without that belief might just ignore or miss entirely. And the flip side is, without that core conviction, talent can just sit there, go nowhere.
So talent isn't enough?
Not according to this source, no. But with belief, even tiny steps, those first hesitant actions, they start building this incredible momentum. It's the ignition point. Nothing happens without it.
Belief is the starting pistol, almost.
But
Okay. But let's be real. It's never that smooth, is it? This is where it gets really interesting for me, because doubt. Doubt is always there, that little voice.
oh, absolutely. And the book tackles that directly. It doesn't shy away from the struggle.
So how does it suggest we handle that friction?
Well, it acknowledges, first off, that doubt is almost always louder than belief initially. It's just how our brains are often wired, focusing on threats and past failures. Doubt whispers, you can't do this. It brings up every single time you stumble before. All the reasons it won't work.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
But belief's answer, the one the source highlights, is just two words. Watch me.
Huh. I like that. Defiant.
Exactly. It's defiant. And the book makes this crucial point. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't, it's often not luck. It's not even necessarily more talent. It's the sheer stubborn ability to hold on to that belief, even when all the signs, all the evidence seems to scream that you should quit.
Believing when you shouldn't, almost.
Kind of, yeah. It's about reframing setbacks. They're not stop signs. They're just data, information on the way to proving yourself right. You're encouraged to think about those moments, maybe in your own life, where you or someone else just kept going against the odds.
Okay, that makes sense. Which brings us to the practical side. How do we actually do that? If doubt is loud, how do we build up that watch me belief so it's even louder? What steps can you, listening right now, actually take?
Right, so the book offers some really concrete strategies. It's not just think positive. First one sounds simple, maybe deceptively so. Keep small promises to yourself.
Small promises, like what?
Anything, really. Getting up when your alarm goes off, finishing a small task you set out to do, drinking that glass of water. Every single time you follow through, you're sending a tiny signal to your brain, a message that says, hey, I can count on myself. I do what I say I'll do.
Okay, so you're building self-trust brick by brick.
Exactly. Incrementally building that self-efficacy. Second big thing, your environment. This is huge in the book. It's not just about avoiding negative people, though that's part of it. It's about understanding that mindsets are almost contagious. Yeah. The source argues your environment shapes your mindset.
Yeah.
And your mindset shapes your reality, your life. So you need to consciously curate what you let in the conversations, the media, everything. Surround yourself with voices, with inputs that lift you, that reinforce possibility.
Actively managing your input. Got it. What else?
Visualization. And again, this isn't just idle daydreaming. It's about actively, vividly picturing the win before it happens. See yourself there. Feel what it feels like.
Like pre-programming your success?
Sort of. The idea is, when you do this effectively, your brain starts working subconsciously to make it real. It primes your your reticular activating system, the RAS.
The brain's filter system.
Right. It starts filtering for opportunities and resources that align with that visualized goal. It helps you notice the path. So
No.
these aren't just nice ideas. They're practices to build real internal strength.
Okay, that connection between the internal state and the external actions is fascinating.
Yeah.
So how does this belief, once you start building it, actually translate into results? Because belief alone doesn't pay the bills, right?
Right. And that's maybe the most critical distinction the book makes.
Yeah.
Belief without action is just a wish, a daydream, doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Action is what turns that internal conviction into external proof. It's the bridge.
So how do you build that bridge?
The advice is pretty straightforward. Start small.
Yeah.
Don't overwhelm yourself. Just start. Then move daily. Consistency is key. And this is important. Celebrate the progress. Acknowledge the steps you're taking.
That creates momentum.
Yes, it creates what the source calls the cycle of growth. It's a feedback loop. The more you act, even in tiny ways, the more proof you generate for your brain. See, I can do this.
Yeah.
That proof strengthens your belief. And stronger belief makes you want to take even more action.
Action feeds belief. Belief feeds action.
Exactly. It becomes this upward spiral, this self-perpetuating engine for growth. You build momentum that becomes really hard to stop. So bringing it all together, there's this really powerful metaphor the source uses to capture that relationship. It says, belief is the seed, action is the water. Together, they grow your future.
Belief is the seed, action is the water. I like that. It makes it very clear. And the final message from this source is pretty direct, isn't it? It essentially says, this is your time. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the world to believe in you first. Start by believing in yourself. So here's something to think about after this deep dive. If that ability to believe, even when the evidence seems stacked against you, is really the differentiator, and if you can actively train your brain, like through visualization, to spot the paths forward, how might deliberately cultivating that kind of unshakable belief change things for you? Not just for the huge life-altering goals, but, your day-to-day, how you handle the small challenges, the unexpected opportunities. Could it transform every little setback into just another step forward?